rough draft of what he's coming up.
He totally did us a solid by giving us on such a short notice too.
The Black Lung. The Black Lung Show. 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 And starting fucking now.
That's right. You're listening to the Black Lung Show live on chaoticradio.us. I am your host, Ryan Pena. My headphones keep fucking up. Anyway, welcome to the show. I've got some cool cats in here for you. This week, I try to bring you guys the best bands, whether you've heard of them or not. You have now. In studio today, I want to say thanks first off to Hef for coming in and filling in. Hef, how you doing, brother?
I'm right. How are you, man?
Good, good. You been busy? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've been trying. Just been busy with doing video stuff.
All right. Yeah, my headphones keep cracking in and out.
I'll replace yours on the next song.
Yeah, no worries, brother. No worries. Anyway, this is the Church of Rock and Roll. This is the Black Lung Show. We have been on air now, coming up next month, 4 years. So I'm really stoked you guys are here in studio. I've been trying to get these cats in here for a little bit. It's been a little tough. If you guys are listening, you guys know that I handpick all the bands on the show. And this is actually a band that I've actually got to see live and been wanting to have them come in studio here. So without further ado, let's do some introductions for everybody that's listening around. Just start on my right. Just go ahead, just tell them who you are and what you play in the band.
I'm Corey, and I sing for these guys, so I do all the yelling.
Yeah, I'm Pancho, and I play guitar.
And I'm Juanzo, and I do the drums.
All right, cool. So this band is called Flying Brains. That's actually one of my favorite band names. It's fucking. As soon as I saw that, I was like, hell yeah, I want to check these guys out. I'm a big fan of band names. You know what I mean? Like, if a band's got a cool name, I'll go check them out. You know, I remember back in the day, about 20-something years ago, I was out in Oceanside. I saw this band called the Latter-day Satans, and it had
That's a nice name.
It was funny. They ended up becoming really good friends of mine. We played a lot of shows together, and I just remember the flyer. They had a picture of the devil, like, on top of Jesus, stabbing in the head, and it's like, get back on that cross, bitch. And it just made, you know, I know that's sacrilegious and everything, and if you get offended, well, fuck you. But, you know, that was just my sensibility of humor, and sure enough, you know, they didn't disappoint. You know, they were wrapping themselves in VCR tape. This is how old this band was.
Dude, VCR tape?
Yeah, they took some VCRs, or some VHS tapes, and were taping each other up while they were playing, and then they were eating tampons, and I was like, fuck yeah, this band's the shit right here.
Use tampons.
I don't know.
You were DJ Allen, apparently.
I didn't smell them, so I couldn't attest to that. But anyway, and then, you know, my favorite band name just makes me laugh every single time I hear it. It's the Exploding Fuck Dolls. Dwayne Peters is their other band, right? So with that, let's start off right off the bat and ask you, who's in the band that's not here today, by the way?
Hector and Anthony.
You gotta get right up.
I don't think they couldn't make it today.
There you go. You guys got to get right up on this fucking mic.
For sure.
I'll get pretty close and personal. No, but yeah, Anthony and Hector.
Anthony and Hector?
Yeah.
Orale. All right.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that too because I see you guys are in studio and you guys are of the brown persuasion. like myself. I get that. In fact, I got that shit today earlier. Someone was like, I didn't know you were Mexican, Ryan. I'm like, I'm incognito. I keep that shit.
Undercover Mexican.
That's right, I am. That's right. Anyway, so you guys now see my handsome friends in the studio here, the Flying Brains. How did you guys, we're on YouTube Live right here, guys. You guys can wave.
What's up?
Yeah, that's you, Corey.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, and then that camera over there, that's Facebook Live on the Black Lung Show page. So you guys can go ahead and watch this later if you guys want to.
Definitely.
Where did you guys come up with the name, the Flying Brains?
But that's all Pancho.
Yeah, well, I was just listening to a lot of the Bad Brains back in the day, you know?
All right.
And that name stuck to me. Like, Bad Brains, but I don't really want to be called something like that, you know? So I started, like, mingling around with some other friend I started the band with who no longer is in the band. And we came up with the Flying Brains. And we landed there and we decided to get that name, you know?
All right.
And it's been working so far. People like it, you know? It's pretty catchy name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we we kind of have to thank the Bad Brains for like kind of
The inspiration,
inspiration to the name, but
not only for the sound and music, but also for the name.
All right.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. I thought you guys were like horror movie fans, and then you got it from like The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Like,
Oh yeah, well we got it a lot too. But I mean, I'd seen the movie a long time ago, and I mean, I like horror movies, like old gory stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of that. You know, like I'll check it out every now and then, but definitely didn't come from that.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I got to do the interview. I got to find out who you cats are. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, for everybody listening, these are the Flying Brains. They're here in studio. We're gonna talk to them throughout the hour. We're gonna cut the we're not gonna do 2 hours today. I got some personal things I got to take care of later. But I think we'll do like an hour and a half. I think that's gonna be plenty of time. We'll spin some records for you guys.
yeah.
We'll give you guys a little sneak peek of this band. We're gonna play some of their music. But first, I couldn't help but notice you guys got the jackets, the Turbo
Jugend.
Turbo Jugend. I can never say that shit right. I like Turbo Negro, but Turbo Jugend.
Yeah,
You know,
the German word.
It's German for youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fast
So,
youth.
Yeah. So turbo youth
All right.
would be the translation for it. But yeah, we're members. Pancho and I have been going on 12 years
Yeah.
on the Riverside chapter, and we're always active. But you kind of have to get the jacket to be like a fully initiated guy, or
You guys get jumped
member.
in?
No, we get hugged in.
You get a hug in.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we finally got our jackets a few years ago, and then Corey, such a handsome dude sitting over there.
Thank you.
He always liked it too, so decided to join in. But yeah, that's pretty much about Tony. Also is
Yeah, all the members are in the
Hector,
Jugend.
Hector is a member as well. So pretty much all of us in the Flying Brains were members of Turbo Jugend Riverside.
So for everybody that's listening right now that doesn't know what that is, because I've had a lot of bands in the studio here, and Turbo Negro is actually one of my favorite bands. I love that. I got into them maybe about like 10, 15 years ago, and they're a lot different.
Definitely.
See, there are a special bunch. They're
That's
pretty
it.
fun.
Yeah, they're a fun bunch of guys, right?
Yeah.
So, what does it mean to be part of the Turbo Jugend? Did I get it right? Turbo Jugend. I gotta practice
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody wants to chime in. I'm gonna hug the whole thing.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like a brotherhood, really much. It's all over the world, so every major city has their own chapter, and what it is pretty much is brotherhood. You just go there, you know people, like you just have to, what you call it, hit them up and say, oh, I'm gonna be in town. Is it cool to hang out or whatever? And immediately, as soon as they see you wearing the jacket, it's like immediate buddies. They take you places, take you to the nicest bars. They pretty much take good care of you, and I think it's like a conglomeration of things too, because like it's people that are exactly like you, they like the same music, they're probably into the same stuff, so you kind of like get attached fast, and you have like friends everywhere you go, it's,
Instant friends and good friends too, not just like somebody that you're never gonna see again, and just hanging out. But once you meet these guys, like people that are on the are part of it too. I mean, everybody's such welcoming people, and yeah, it's pretty fun. We've met a lot of great people through the Jugend, and like he said, like you get attached to them like pretty fast, because it's like you skip the first like 5 dates, and then now you're like homies.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I've noticed that over the years, like if you're wearing like what GBH shirt or something like that, and you can walk up to somebody and you instantly have something to talk about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of Turbo Negro and speaking of friends, I don't know if you guys all know this, but all my friends are dead. You guys are listening to the Black Lung Show live on Chaotic Radio with the Flying Brains. Here we go.
Where are your friends? Where are your friends? friends are dead. All my friends are dead. Got kicked in the head. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. They got smacked in the head. All my friends are dead. I always knew that they would end up like today. They bought the bullet and they paid with hand grenades. Hey. 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 All my dreams were lies. All my dreams were lies. Life is in the skies. All my dreams were lies. All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. They got dragged out of bed. Now they're buried in the dead. I always knew that they would end up like today. They bought the bullet and they played with hand grenades. Hey. Fucking lie! I always knew that they would end up like today. They bought the bullet and they played with hand grenades. Now they're buried in the dead. Now they're buried in the dead. Now they're buried in the
All my friends are dead. That was Turbo Negro. You're listening to the Black Lung Show live on Chaotic Radio. My guests today are Flying Brains, and you guys are from the IE, right? Where you guys
Yeah.
all from?
Riverside, yeah.
Riverside. How long have you guys been a band? You know, I've seen you guys on flyers for a few years at least, I think. And then I think I saw you guys live one time at the Mission Tobacco Lounge. I think, was it for a benefit for Mike Cantrell, or did you guys do that one?
I think it was for the
For Jamstein.
I don't know if you...
Oh, a different one.
Yeah, it was...
We've done 2 benefits. I know 3 benefits. One for Ryan
maybe.
Sagat, then the one for Jamstein, and
maybe
another
that's the one that
was
you're talking
for,
about, for Mike.
Michelle. No, we didn't do.
Oh,
the
Michelle
one.
Kramer, yeah. We
Did we
did
do that
Michelle.
one?
I've there's so many... It means so many years.
We've played so many times at Tobacco Lounge.
Yeah.
Just everything blends in.
So how long has the band been together?
Well, we've been-
officially.
We've been on and off different sets of time. You know, we originally started playing in 2008, and then we played good 3-4 years straight with a different lineup, and then we stopped for like a couple years, and we took it on again.
We stopped for a few months. We didn't stop for 2 years. But
Well, no.
I mean, we would lose a bass player, and then we kind of had to, look for a replacement. And while we're, take a while, and then we get a new bass player. And with him, I think we lasted a good chunk, 3
Like
years,
3-4
4 years.
Yeah.
And then he left the band right before we were gonna record our 3rd album. Like the
Yeah.
day before we were gonna go to the studio, he left.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty bummer. So we stopped for like almost a year after that one, and
No, year and a half, a little bit
looking
more.
for another bass player, and now that like ever since then, like this is the lineup that we have right now. We found Tony and Corey.
Corey,
We're
yeah.
lucky enough to have Corey joining us, and
Yeah.
it's the best. It's the best lineup that we have, like for sure, and I think it's the best sound that we have too.
It's a pain in the ass finding members that
horrible.
can fit, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you guys were in 2008. Well, that was back. Would you guys do like the Craigslist shit? Where you look at
yes. Dude, I would get hit up like at day like that morning to do a show on that Friday night. Remember you ever went to that place Angels?
Yeah.
Roadhouse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In Yucaipa? Yeah, dude. For some reason they kept hitting us back up like a lot. Like we played there 4 or 5 times,
Probably, yeah.
and they were great shows. And
It's too far, though.
it was just a little like the first time was kind of a little sketchy because you know how you go down the road and there's only like one way in and out.
Yeah, you gotta stay right up on this mic. You
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And bikers could be a little intimidating at times,
Yeah.
especially Hell's Angels. But somehow they really liked our sound and kept having us over and over. So yeah, it was fun. But that was through Craigslist.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. You said that. I remember Angels Roadhouse before it got torn down. Now it's an AM/PM.
Is it now?
Yeah, I don't know if you haven't been by there.
Shame.
No.
I was back when it was still open. I was playing a glam punk band. That's how I got in the Turbo Negro. My buddy Jeff got me into the band. And
Jeffrey. Hell
Yeah, Jeff says what's up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
he does. We were
He's all telling Ryan I love him.
all right on.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, there you go. So you guys know Jeff. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we were on the Prostitute Marys together.
Right.
And I remember I was getting ready to go on stage, and I used to wear like eyeliner, and I put them down into crosses, and I was doing that in the bathroom because I didn't want to walk around the bar like that. And like three bikers came in. They were Diablos, and they were looking. They were like, "Son, this is not the place for that." I was like, "I swear to God, dude, I'm not gay. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go fucking play some punk rock for you." And
Get out of my face, motherfucker.
yeah, right. Well, I didn't say that. I thought that.
Yeah, that's how
Anyway,
I first didn't meet you was in the Prostitute Marys.
yeah.
And we played a show together down in South County. I think that was about 12, maybe 14 years ago,
Wow, trip out.
something like that.
I'm 71 days sober now, so a lot of this is news to me.
That was interesting.
Yeah. So,
Congratulations, man.
oh, thank you,
Congrats.
thank you.
I'm like 3 hours.
What was that? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, we heard it.
I heard it.
I heard it, yeah.
F, you all right? What's going on?
Record player having issues.
The record players haven't. I haven't even turned it on yet.
I don't know if it's cat cable. I'll fix it. But you guys keep going on.
All right.
I thought it was the big one for sure.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I was about to run.
Wow. So, all right. So you guys right now, what's going on with the band? I've seen you guys. Did you guys get signed the First Off record?
Yes,
Yeah, I guess that's what you call it. Well, we just got.
What do you call it? What do you
I don't
call
know.
it?
It just seems like another group of people to kind of hang out with and collaborate with, and we all pitch in together and get our
There you go.
albums and T-shirts and all that stuff made. So I don't know how much of a record. It's a record label for sure, but it just doesn't feel like one. It feels like just a good group of guys. So
Yeah,
that's the
definitely.
beauty
So,
of it.
yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
It's really more like a family rather
Yeah,
than just
like a
like
collective.
it's like a collective maybe. But yeah, I mean, definitely we got signed and we hope for the best with them, you know.
Yeah, now we had just actually finished recording our album on Thursday night,
Yeah.
which was it was pretty awesome. It's been taking a little longer than we had expected,
Okay.
but that's not a bad thing because we took the time and really had to rewrite some songs, but I think it paid off at the end.
Where are you guys recording at right now?
Planet,
Or where were you on Thursday?
Planet X, Pete Matter,
Yeah, he records stuff out of his house in Norco.
Norco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like
Amazing dude. He's such a
Yeah.
great guy. We recorded there our volume 2, and it came out pretty good. And we decided to go back, and now it's just whenever next time that we're gonna record, we're just gonna keep going back to him. He's such a great guy, and
That was Planet X.
I think it's Planet X.
yeah, Planet X Records or something like
Studios.
that. Studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has all that horror theme going on inside
Oh, yeah.
the studio. It's actually pretty bitchin', man. He's got a real pro setup and really knows what he's doing.
He's
Yeah,
a professional,
pro,
dude.
yeah.
Like he'll pick stuff up that I wouldn't even pick up when we were recording. Like it sounded good to me, but he's like, no, really, you need to do this and this and this and all shit, all right?
So it kind of helped produce the album. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
definitely.
And he does it reel to reel. So
Really?
yeah,
Analog, yeah.
it's all analog. So
Wow.
he's amazing. That's why we love him so much, and he does a great job with every single band that he records.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. So for everybody listening too, you guys know that I've been working here and there with First Off Records. I want to shout out to Lauren. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I know he was going through some personal issues earlier on the year. Yours truly has been going through the same thing a little bit later, hence the sobriety. And it's brand new. I don't know if fun's the word, but scary. I'd go with that. Played our first show sober in 20. Oh, I did my first show in like 20 something years, and
Wow.
And yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy. We were playing up at Characters, opening up for DFL and another band from Oakland. And I just remember being on stage and just looking around with everyone's got their beer bottles. And if you watch old episodes of the Black, even here, you know, we'd always have a few beer. Even the fucking posters got me holding a tall boy. But yeah, so you know, I haven't talked to Lauren in a little while. We're interviewing a lot of the First Off bands. I play some of their music here on the show. So you guys are in, you know, with a good bunch of people. If you guys are listening right now, you guys know I've talked about the label before. Just look them up, First Off Records on Facebook. First Off Records, it's firstoffrecords.com, right?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
first off.
Yes.
Yeah, and they got good bands on there like
Yeah.
Shoebies and Off the Wall, the Rundown Creeps.
Rundown Creeps,
Yeah.
too, yeah.
And
that's
yours
a good
truly,
band.
Flying Brains.
Yeah, and the Flying Brains. You know,
Listen,
Keeping it real.
That's what
Yeah.
threw me off when you said, "Did you get signed?" Because I don't remember signing anything.
No, there was no paperwork.
There was no paper.
did you drink a beer with them and said, all right?
yeah.
There was a
Yeah,
lot
beer with
of
them.
there was a lot of empty beer cases.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
So,
good. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Anyway, you guys said you guys have a few albums recorded. You said
Yes, we have Volume 1 and Volume 2, but that's with our previous bass player, and
Who was singing? You got to point that out. Yeah,
Yeah, he was the singer and
the
bass player.
singer as well.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we've decided not to push that music out anymore because it's not.
It's not the same lineup, you know. Like
It-
we're trying to relaunch the band as like a new beginning, pretty much.
Yes, like Corey's not on it, Hector's not on it, Tony's not on it, and they're such a big part of the band that it feels weird and unfair to be pushing those albums out.
It's a completely different sound too. I mean, I'll guess those previous albums are more like groovy, kind of like doomy, whereas right now it's more hardcore, I guess. A little bit
A little bit
rougher.
more hardcore.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the Facebook Live, and Stephanie Ann Hart is saying, "What's up? What's going on? Thanks for watching, Beecher. We had them here in the Black Room
Oh
Show.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So she's saying what's up to you guys.
Hey guys.
You guys have played with them before.
Oh yeah, all the time.
So with your previous album stuff, that's what I was wondering. So you don't want to push that stuff too much. You don't. What do you guys think when you listen to it? Do you guys just think like
I
love it.
I don't know.
no?
See, I love it because I was a big fan of these guys. They played a house party. I don't know. Must have been 10 years ago or something like that at my house. And that's how I met him, and I was a big fan. And then I was screwing around with another band, the Piss Pops, and then I was in.
I remember that band.
Yeah.
That's who we played.
That's who we played with.
Right,
We
right.
played together, yeah. So that was, I think it was a TSOL show or something. And then that was in a band called Bacon, which is right here at Riverside.
Yeah.
And actually, they found, and we had just some issues right there, and I decided it wasn't for me. And they were looking for a new singer, Bacon was, and so they they put out the thing, if you can practice 2 hours a week and you got a pen and a paper, come try out. So I shared it, because I got no hard feelings or nothing. So hey, go find your new guy. And then when Juan saw that I was available, then he hit me up. Hey, you want to sing for the Flying Brains? And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Cause
Snatched it up
yeah, it was
from
right,
the streets.
yeah, right back
It was awesome.
Back into going home. It felt like when I got with these guys because it's a lot more in the punk rock style and
Yeah.
exactly where I wanted to be in exactly the right time. So
Yeah.
good on the world for letting that happen.
So you guys just recorded on Thursday over at Planet X. So you guys would recommend that place, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
That's
definitely,
now.
Yeah.
So there you go. Everyone's got Google, so Google that shit. Planet X in Norco. That's North Corona. You guys have you got your phone hooked up.
Yes.
But you gonna play some of your brand new stuff? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I
Now
have
the stuff that you're gonna play, is it all mix and master, or is this just kind of no?
This is a sneak peek
A sneak peek.
only for this one time. That
This is just for the for the listening audience of the Black Lung Show.
I'm actually.
Hi, Victoria. We got people watching in New York. These are the Flying Brains. If you didn't know.
So yeah, Pete sent me this last night. It's a rough mix of one of the the first song.
Yeah, it's the first one of the album.
It's called Reaper.
Reaper.
Yeah.
All right.
And should I just?
Yeah, just
Go for
turn it up. And hey, Hef, can you help out too with the volume on this?
Yeah,
So this
definitely.
first song. So you You guys are getting a sneak preview of the brand new
Yes.
Flying Brains album here on the Black Lung Show. I think you guys are one of the first bands that actually played some of your stuff raw. Not finished and not mastered. So thank you. That's impressive. And then what I want you guys to do is when you guys get it all done, this way maybe you can get the rest of the band and come back in here and we'll hang out when we have some more time. Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
spin some records, and you guys can drink as much beer as you want. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I don't try to be too preachy, But anyway, go ahead. Let's crank this shit up.
All right.
This is Reaper from the forthcoming album on First Off Records by the Flying Brains. You're listening to the Black Lung Show. That was Reaper off the forthcoming album. Was it Volume 3? Is that what you're calling it?
Yes, volume
Yep.
3.
Yeah.
It sounded pretty good. It's the first time I heard it.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I hadn't heard it yet.
Well, we're friends, right? But I'll be honest with you, man. That shit, you could sing like a motherfucker, dude. I don't, like I said, I was not sober for a very long portion of my life, and I don't remember the gig that we played together, but I don't know if you sang like that, brother, but that's some dad shit right there.
Yeah, I remember the gig actually pretty clearly because
Oh, no.
I walked back to my truck and someone had been in it. And I was like, what the hell? My wing window was busted out. I locked my keys in the truck earlier in the day and I broke it out with a hammer to get back in it. I was like, my shit's been moved around. And I found this CD. I was like, the Prostitute Marys, who are these guys? I was like, fuck, that's the first time someone's broken into my truck or car and left something in there. So
Well, I didn't break it because I do remember.
I just chucked it in the window.
Yeah, I did that. I mean, I was like, we had a bunch of CDs, and I was like, fuck it. So I just started throwing them inside windows that were open.
That's pretty cool, man. I never thought about that. Just breaking into people's
Well,
cars.
I probably didn't even go inside of it, dude. But yeah, remember that truck? I had the big old 4 like Misfit skulls spray painted across the back of the tailgate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right on. No, that's some good shit. You guys made a good choice on the singer. That's like, I don't bullshit around on the show. I'll tell people, if I think a band sucks or not on the air. I think I try to keep the show positive. There's enough fucking hate, enough haters out there, telling you, I don't like your band sucks or whatever. But shit, dude, you get up here and try doing this. You know what I mean? People don't understand how hard it is to fucking find members, right?
Hell yeah.
To get everybody to fucking together and try to get somebody sober enough to remember the fucking songs.
That's right.
To get everyone to show up on time.
It's it's horrible.
Just saying. I'm just saying. So anyway, that was a really good track, Reaper. Is there?
Thank you.
Oh no, I like it. Like as soon as you guys get that, I'll probably be playing that. In my car as I'm driving around. There's been a few bands, the Mink Daggers, the Soul and Bones. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, they've been on past episodes. Just really good. I just had Mono Deluxe in here. That's when these bands come in here, and they're really, really good. I listen to them on a daily basis, and I can't wait to listen to this all the time. That It sounded really, really good. Is there anything that you guys do when you're writing? I guess I should probably kind of ask Corey too. Or do you write all the lyrics, or do you guys help him out with the lyrics? Who does the majority of the writing?
Well, I do most of the writing, but I'm open to collaboration too. So if they want to throw something in there, then it ends up kind of being a mix. That one was actually on a totally different song, and we were having trouble with both of them. One's called Reaper and one's called Creeper.
Reaper and Creeper?
Reaper and Creeper.
Yeah.
And those
That's
are
not confusing at all.
Well, it's more confusing than that because.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We play it back
So I was like, all right, I wrote a song about the Grim Reaper and no escape from death, and then I wrote another song about this dude driving around in a van abducting people. All right, Reaper. and
Which is not
Creeper.
me, by the way.
No, it's not him.
All right.
Totally not him. And so they weren't working at all, and so I was like, I'm just gonna fucking switch them, So I switched the lyrics from one song to the other. So now Reaper is Creeper and Creeper is Reaper.
Okay.
Yeah, so it really screws us up. They were playing it and calling it Reaper forever, but now that song that we played was actually Creeper.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Creeper?
That's
No,
it
used to
was
be
Creeper,
Creeper.
yeah.
Now he's.
I don't even know.
Very well.
I'm just a drummer,
Yeah.
Now we're all learning. Now we go. Even the band's learning about their own music.
yeah.
When you guys write, how do you guys go about that process? Do you guys because I played in a bunch of bands over the years, and sometimes I've had like a guitar player, write some riffs in the guitar. I've had some guys just fucking write everything and record
Oh, like
themselves.
for us, I guess is whenever somebody has something, they bring it up in the studio. I was like, okay, look, I came up with something like this. What can you do with this stuff, And me and Juan's my brother. We've been playing together since I was 13.
Yeah.
So we kind of have this connection.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, so we have this connection musically. So whenever I show him something, he already is like figuring things out, how drums are supposed to sound and everything. And I guess everybody else feeds off of that. And it ends up being like a great thing. And I wouldn't release anything to them to actually show out unless I'm like, I know for sure that they're gonna like it, Because sometimes I'm trying, like maybe this one won't work for them, So I probably won't show them those. So I'm for sure that they're gonna like it. So I'll show them. It's like, yeah, I came up with this stuff.
Yeah, it's for the most part that's how that will be our writing process. Pancho comes up and shows us a riff, and then we'll go from there.
Or Tony.
Or Tony.
He's got a couple songs.
Yeah.
Hector's got a
Hector
song
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty much basically.
It's like freedom. Everybody has freedom to like come up with something and like show it to us. And if it works, we make it work sometimes. Like, yeah, I mean, if it catches, everybody knows. Okay, yeah, this one's a good one. Let's keep on working on this one.
And if we remember the next time too.
Yeah.
If you remember, yeah.
Yeah. Then that's a keeper.
Yeah.
Because there's been times when like somebody brings up a song and
We forget
we're
about it.
killing it for the whole practice, and then 2 weeks go by, and then well, didn't we write a new song? Like, how did that go again? And nobody recorded it, of
Yeah.
course, because we're not that responsible.
Yeah, these guys, they had me all heated. We had this song called The Weekender. And
Oh, yeah,
it
that
was a ripper, dude. And I was in love with the song. And we actually played at Jeff's house inside of his living room. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, we got to play Weekender. And then fucking these guys couldn't remember the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the very
big
first
mess
weeks
out
that
of
we have wrote it. It was like
No, it
wasn't the first week. It was
No.
first weeks. Like I mean, like maybe a month.
But see, like sometimes it's hard to remember, and especially if we really don't practice that often.
Yeah.
We actually try to do once a week, but sometimes we don't
Well,
get
not
around to
tough, yeah, because our guitar player, he got a job overnights,
Oh man.
and he's
Yeah.
got kids, and the money was right, so you can't blame the guy, but it's made the scheduling a little bit tougher. So usually we do Sundays.
Yeah.
Saturdays or Sundays in the afternoon or morning, depends, or like right before the show.
You heard right before the show?
Yeah, that's
That works amazing actually because you're
No,
all,
it doesn't, because I'm.
well for me it does.
Yeah, for you have like a million pieces to set up, or load up and drive.
Yeah.
I ended up, getting the heat for that one. 'Cause they always want to practice right before the show. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. 'Cause
That's funny. Out of all the years that I've been interviewing bands, you guys are the first ones that even mentioned that. I like practicing the night before. That's probably my favorite way to do it. You know, if you practice right before the show. I don't know, personally. It's just like, you know, I don't want to. Every time we even practice, I want to go like 100 miles an hour. You know, and put all into it, and I don't want to gas myself out before we get on stage.
Yeah, and you're right. But I don't know. I guess for me, it's like a kind of like you're setting the way, and it's easier the second time. I don't know. It works for me. It makes it better.
Yeah, I like practicing the day. Actually, I like practicing on the week in the evenings, but that never happens. So right before the show is fine with me. Well, I'm available whenever, so it's just.
Yeah. But it's usually Saturday morning, Saturday afternoons.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get back to some more questions, you want to get your phone out and we'll play another. How many tracks are you guys putting out on Volume 3? How many are you
It's
doing?
9 songs, but that was the only one that I have right now.
That's the only one you have right now?
Yes.
All right.
that
Well,
was,
shit.
You
Yeah,
know,
we chose that one because I guess it was the easiest to do a rough mix on. So we didn't choose it. Pete did down at the studio.
Yeah.
he made the decision for us.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the
A surprise.
boom.
All right.
So yeah, I wish I had more songs to share with America, but as of right now, we don't. So you kind of have to wait patiently for the album release.
All right. Well, don't worry about it, people. I got you covered. I always have Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. So what we're gonna do right now is, since we don't have any more music, you guys have some of your old music? You know,
I got some right here.
Well, you got some? Well, let's see if we want to play some of that right now. But first, let me do this. We were talking about First Off Records, and here on the Black Lung Show, you guys know that I've been interviewing their bands and promoting their shows and everything. The other record label that I've been working with really closely is Die Laughing Records. Love those guys. In fact, we're going to be playing, my band, Something Ferocious, is going to be playing a couple of shows next month with a couple of Die Laughing Records bands. We are going to be playing with the Hellflowers for their CD release party out at the Redwood Bar with one of my favorite punk bands of all time, Channel 3. I'll give you guys the dates in a little bit 'cause I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's the July 26th. That's a Friday night, and the week before that we'll be at Sansucci's with our good friends the Fockwolves over at in Ventura. So we're gonna be traveling a little bit. But I mentioned Die Laughing Records for a few reasons. I've been interviewing some of their bands, doing a lot of promoting with them, and the reason I talk about them is because it's the same kind of thing with First Off Records. Record labels are kind of, I don't know, I want to say dying off, you know what I mean? But finding a good record label that puts out good bands, that supports the bands, that does it just for the love of music and nothing else, that's great. So the other day, I was out record shopping, which I do like on a weekly basis, and I had been on Facebook, and Dave Dalton, the owner of Die Laughing Records, had posted something on his Facebook page about being a fan of the band Small Faces. And when I was record shopping, I just happened to find a Small Faces like double album, and I picked it up for him, and I mailed it out to him, and he was tripping out, like, why would I do that? And what I just texted him back was just, music's meant to be shared. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah,
So Dutchie, if you're listening to if you listen to Chaotic Radio, you know Dutchie, the Angry Englishman. He does some great shows on here. Amazing. I mean, I interview bands, but he puts together some fucking killer shows. You got to go to our website and look up Dutchie shows. But while I was there record shopping and picked up the Small Faces record for Dave, I was out buying myself some. So I had been on social media, and I was looking at Facebook, and I saw this post, because sometimes I discover shit that's really, really old, and it's just something I'd never heard before.
Oh, shit.
It's all right. It's cool, dude. I got this. It's all right.
Way to fuck it up.
I know. I was getting all deep and emotional here because
Damn.
sometimes you got to learn your roots. You know what I mean? And there was this black lady named Sister Rosetta Tharpe on Facebook playing. I don't know if you ever heard of her or not. And I just happened to walk in the record store, and the record was playing, and I told him to take it off, and I'm going to buy it. So this is, I think, this is, what year is this album from? I don't know if it even says here. It's pretty fucking old, though. I'll tell you that.
Looks old.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a killer Gibson that she has on too.
Yeah. So Let's see. Half we're gonna play a record. So go there. You go. Get that ready. It's some gospel rock and roll, and this is
Cheers.
some shit that inspired all the rock and roll bands. And I've been listening to this, and it's fucking groovy. So here we go on the Black Lung Show. We are going to spin some vinyl for you. This track off the album Gospel Train is called Jericho.
Jericho, 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 Joshua took the battle of Jericho, and all the walls come tumbling down. Well, Joshua took the battle of Jericho, 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 Joshua took the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Did they talk about your bonds of Gilead? Talk about your man, no bone. Not that, but
Sorry about that.
Shit. And again, technical difficulties here on the Black Lung Show. Did you just switch out that cable, Huff?
Let's switch this one.
Try that. Well, trust me, it was cool.
It sounded pretty good.
Yeah, for a minute, you know, till we got all that shitty ass static.
I kind of like that kind of music too, like that old school, you know, like blues.
Yeah. What do you guys listen to that people wouldn't expect you guys? Because we heard your track right now, Reaper, earlier on the show, and obviously you guys are a punk rock band. And is there any bands you guys listen to that inspired you, that are not punk rock, that people would trip out and be like, you know, that's not something I expected?
Yeah. Well, I myself, I listen to a lot of salsa.
Salsa.
Yeah, dude, love it. Grew up listening to it, and people get, very surprised. Like, really? Did you listen to that? And I was like, yeah, dude, it's awesome. It blasted too.
Blasting it?
Can't get to 11. It's pretty awesome, especially like the old school ones, like
Sonora.
90s and 80s bands. From Cuba or Puerto Rico, Colombia. Like Fruco y sus Tesos, they're fucking badass. Of course, Oscar de Leon. It's just
I mean, I guess he works out for the the percussion.
for the
side of it,
percussions and rhythms,
That makes sense.
and also I just like it.
It's groovy, dude. Like I like it too. I mean, I don't listen to it a lot though, but I mean, if you play it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I like that stuff.
What about you, Corey? What's the weird shit you listen to? Don't say ABBA.
Bad taste in music. So I like I like DMX. I like Exhibit. I like Kesha. I like Limp Bizkit.
Oh yeah, that shit.
I like
Bizkit.
I like all kinds of shit that sucks. I don't like corn though. That's where I draw the line. So,
I thought you were fucking with me for a minute.
yeah, no, it's just I like shit I just like stuff that's fun and like I don't really listen to Limp Bizkit not that much, but a little bit, yeah.
Wait a little bit?
Yeah, why not? And then freaking like DMX and Exhibit. That's like kind of something from my childhood. Like our group of friends is real mixed. You know,
Okay.
so you had like the cholo dudes and the skater dudes and the punk dudes. We all like hung out together, or like common thing we had was no dads. Like we were all just like, single mom kids just fucking running around causing ruckus, and we all like blended together, and it was pretty interesting. But you listen to so much of that stuff, even like Too Short back then, that it just becomes like, all right, I like it. And even to this day, I do like Gangster Rap Fridays at work, and that's what I listen to. But for the most part, I just listen to mellow stuff, like I don't know, Arctic Monkeys. I've been digging lately for some reason, and
That's
just
okay.
chilling out.
So the homie Patrick Smith is watching and says, that was rough, don't do that again. Fuck you, Pat. I'm trying here, man. The fucking aux cable was messed up. We're going to try this shit one more time. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if it fucks up. This is Jericho by Sister Rosetta Tharpe off the album Gospel Train. Sounds like it's working. Turn it up, Huff.
It's like a little slight.
God damn it. Look up Sister Rosetta Tharpe for me. This was the album that I just bought that I really wanted to play on the show today. So we'll try to see if we can find something on YouTube for you guys. Well, it's a good thing that I was going to have to cut out here early. But see, we had a sneak peek for you guys about from the band. I wanted to play some of your records. It looks like you got some shit in Spanish too, brother. Is that right?
Yes, I brought some of my collection. This band is from Peru, which Pancho and I were
Yeah, we're
born and
Peruvians.
raised there.
Yeah,
How do you say it?
Peruvians.
Peru. I knew that.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So here is America. This band's called Aeropajitas, and I grew up listening to them. And we were in Peru last March, and the Addicts were playing, and Aeropajitas was opening up for them.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So like, I'm going for Aeropajitas.
Yeah, we seen the Addicts a bunch of
I
times.
don't really. I'm not a fan.
But we haven't.
You're not a
seen
fan of
them.
the Addicts?
No.
I love the Addicts.
All right.
He,
We were talking about that last night.
Yeah.
anyhow, so we found out that they were gonna play with the Addicts, so it was like, fuck it, let's get tickets, dude. And we ended up watching like a good group of shows when we were there, like
Yeah.
with different bands that we grew up listening to that they played every once in like 5 years maybe. But these guys are keeping active over there, and they're really cool. We got to meet the singer, and
Yeah. And we actually we're trying to
Book a tour down there?
no.
Oh.
Have them come up, and of course, like have us go down there with first off, and we also we're working on putting up a split 7 with them and the other bands from first off.
Okay.
So, this is a fucking great band, and I was pretty stoked to see. And then when I got to meet the guy, I was like pretty stoked. And then the whole thing went down with like, oh yeah, why don't you like join the record label, or like I'll talk to Larry and see what we can do. And he was super stoked about it, the singer. So he's like, all right, let's do it. And then when we came back from Peru, I went to Larry's and actually showed him the stuff. And he's like, man, these guys are pretty fucking badass. So yeah, hopefully. Maybe later on the year we'll be probably putting out Split 7 with them and of course the Shroobies and Off the Wall
yeah.
and Rundown Creeps.
All right. Hef, you got this song pulled up for us now?
Yeah, what was the song you got? Sister Rosette Thorpe.
What you got on there?
Head above my head, up above my head. The Didn't Rain, This Train.
That one.
This Train?
No, the one you used the rain.
Yeah, okay, ready?
Play that. So here, since I apologize. Next time these guys come on, they're going to play more of their music, not just one song. And we're going to spin some records for you guys. And hopefully I'll be able to spin this one. But here's a song by Sister Rosetta Tharpe that, and I hope I'm saying her last name right. I think it's Tharpe, right? Looks like
Yeah,
that.
it looks like that.
That's what it looks like. Anyway, you're listening to the Black Lung Show. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We're not going to be here a little bit too much longer. But that's a good one. If I was going to do a short show, should be one with only one song from you, the band, and when you guys get everything fixed out, we want to come on. We want to debut the album for you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah, that'd be
All
awesome.
right, so we'll plan this out a little bit better. Anyway, you guys listen to Black Lung Show. Here you go. Hit him.
All the sweethearts see. Oh, this is the most time of my life. Let me tell you something. Uncle Joe, it's raining and the people are so trying to stay in the house. I'm afraid it is. Oh, it makes me feel happy. Oh, yeah. Just to know we can study the rain and sing. And the people are so sweet to stay here. Oh, it's sweet. And I come in on a... Let me tell you what I come in on. Oh, yeah! Let me tell you. to make my garment fit me right. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my robe, walk around in glory, tell the glad news. Look up David in the heat of the day, tune up the harp and begin to play. I know it rain, you know it rain. Oh, how it rain, rain too long, all night long. Rain, 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 rain. Didn't it rain till it rain? Oh yes, didn't it? Yes, didn't it? You know it did, or didn't it? Oh my Lord, how it rained. Some at the door, some cried, Brother Lord, can't you take on more? But Lord cried out, my friends, the angel's got the key and you can't get in. I know it rain, you know it rain, rain too long, all night long, rain all day, rain all night, rain, 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 children, rain, oh yes, didn't it, yes. Didn't it, you know it did, or didn't it?
You're listening to the Black Lung Show. That was Sister Rosetta Tharpe. We'll play that the next time when we come on. So we just got a few minutes left. We're just gonna promote. We just want to give you a sneak peek, a little taste of the Flying Brains, and you got to check them out live because that's the best. That's the best way to watch a band. You know, it's cool hearing a recording, but watching the band play live and. No offense, man, but fuck Limp Bizkit, you know, that, yeah, I don't want to see guys up there in shorts, dude, you know what I mean, and backwards hats, you know, that's just my own personal taste. It's all right, Corey, I still love it. But I want to see you guys live, you know, I want to see you guys up there tearing some shit up and moving around. I mean, that's the whole thing. I want to see a band having fun. So where can everybody check you guys out? What are you guys playing next?
July 21st at Pixels in downtown Riverside. We will be playing there with
is that one of the Sunday night shows that they do?
Yeah. Static Sunday, which you know it's a
Who is this playing?
I should have a pretty good turnout there.
It's always a great time. And Dante Hellhound from LA is playing. I believe Off the Wall are playing with us too.
Okay.
Oh, Dante's coming out too.
Yeah, Dante.
Rad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
those guys are rad.
I'm excited to see them and play with them. So yeah, we have Pixels coming up on the 21st of next month. Then we are going across the fence over to our neighbors from the south, Mexico. We're playing over there in Guadalajara in September. I think
September 9th. Yeah.
We'll be down there for
This is the Turbo Yugen
a little bit.
festival that they have.
Is that right?
Every year, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's playing down there?
They have a bunch of bands. One of the other bands from California that is going.
Flex
is,
Bronco, I think, but they haven't announced they haven't released all the bands yet. We know because like they contact us and like
Yeah.
It's a secret.
we know we're playing, but like we really don't know how many other bands are playing. Who are the bands that are playing?
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget the van convention.
Oh yes, and
Custom vans.
there is this van show, like car show. It's called BYOB, and it's October 5th. We played it last year and it was pretty awesome, and because they liked us, so now they asked us to go back. So we'll do that, and that's on Anaheim Hills. Oh yeah, Anaheim.
Yeah,
Anaheim
That's right
Hills,
before Yorba Linda.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. It's all custom vans, so
Yeah.
guys will
Yeah.
have a big shag pile carpet. Guys will have chandeliers, like
Yeah.
hardwood flooring.
Wow.
All kinds of weird windows cut in. I mean, I'm not a big van guy, but
Yeah.
it was bitching when we went and played, and everywhere was super friendly and running around on mini bikes and stuff.
It's a pretty great group of guys, you know.
It's a good scene.
The vans are not for weirdos. I mean, not all the
Yeah,
time.
they are.
But, but yeah, these guys are awesome, and they've been doing this show for like I think this year is gonna be like the 4th or 5th time, and but they're always doing things like that. There's another one called the Pilgrimage out in the desert.
Okay.
And but yeah, those guys are rad. And yeah, we'll be there October 5th. October 5th.
All right. So everybody that's listening right now, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Victoria out in New York. I know there's a lot of people listening. You guys. My sister said great vocals, by the way, too. She's listening.
Thank you.
So yeah, and I want to thank my sister too for this great gift.
Oh, wow.
She got me this
Nice.
this pocket watch that I keep in my pocket, and I
pretty
look
awesome.
at it. Thank you. Every time I feel sad, she got it for me for my 60-day sober anniversary, which now I'm working on 90 days. So also, if you guys have been listening to the show, like I said, I don't want to get all preachy because this is just a personal decision that I had to do in my life. It's been a long time coming, and what I'm going to do is just let people know that on some upcoming episodes of the Black Lung Show, if you guys listened to the interview we did with Sam from Fang, he's been sober for like 11 years, I think, and so there's a lot of people that that might need help. I'm just saying that you're not alone. If you want to drink, dude, and you can handle yourself, that's good. There's some of us that just can't. We just do some dumb shit, and we've lost a lot of friends lately. I have personally. So I'm going to be doing some shows about bipolar disorder, depression, and I'm going to bring some people in here to help talk about it. And if you guys are sad or lonely, because I see some of your Facebook posts online, and you guys fucking make me depressed. But you need someone to talk to. We're gonna be here. Real quick for me. Let's see. Yeah. So Saturday, July 20th, my band Something Ferocious will be at Sansuchi Cocktail Lounge on Chestnut in Ventura with our buddies the Flockwolves and Frequency Within, who are going to be guests here at the end of the month on the Black Lung Show, who are on Die Laughing Records. And then we will be doing that Hellflowers CD release party with Glitter Trash and Punk Icons Channel 3. And
Nice.
I got Channel. I was going to go out with. Hey, Channel 3. Look for that for me. We'll go out with that. So we got that coming out. As far as my band, we're still working on some new music, but we did come out on this comp that I keep pushing out there. Sal from Electric Frankenstein. This is a fistful more of rock and roll. Volume 1, we're on here with our friends the Flockwolves, the Adolescents, Backyard Babies, the Hip Priests, Electric Frankenstein, the Chuck Norris Experiment, one of my favorite band names, the Motherfuckers from England. So,
Motherfucker.
That's all. That's
it's right. See what I'm saying? I should have mentioned them earlier in the show when we were talking about your name. Badass band names. The Motherfuckers. It's just fun to say.
I think I heard of them before.
They're a great band. I think they were a side project when I was trying to do some research. This album is available on Savage Magic Records, so go to savagemagicrecords.com if you want to buy it. It's a double album. It's got 26 songs on it. It's the first time that I personally have ever been on vinyl because every time I've been in a band, right when we're about to start doing some good, a bass player quits.
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
It's fucking always, right?
Why is it there has to be the bass players?
I don't know. I got no idea.
Damn.
Maybe it's not because it's not the glorious position
It's
in the
only
band.
4 strings. Your job's not that hard.
Right?
No, but Tony does a great job. Tony is great. Hi, Tony. Sorry he couldn't make it, but yeah, he was just.
No, he's doing a great job. And bass players out there, just try harder.
What do you mean?
Try harder, bass
Don't quit,
players.
guys.
Well, I mean that's just a message for life.
Yeah,
Try
right?
harder. Be better.
Be better.
Yeah.
And if you are a bass player in a band, just kick it with the drummer. You know what I mean? Stay in the pocket. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be Les Claypool.
Yes.
All right. We already got Primus. You're probably not him.
We don't need 20 effect pedals
Right.
and like 18 fucking strings on the bass.
Fuck, shots fired.
Yeah.
Are we talking about something in particular? If we are, we shouldn't mention
No,
it on
no.
air.
Oh no, I wasn't. I wasn't do that.
You guys want to do any shout-outs? You want to show some love to any of the bands that besides the ones on your label? Anybody that you think the listening audience should check out?
Yes, Les Saboteurs from San Diego.
San Diego.
Amazing
I
band.
think they're on tour right now. I think they're playing Pomona
No,
soon.
they just play Pomona on Friday.
Yeah.
But they're an amazing band. They're a great bunch of people.
Well, let them know about the Black Lung Show. Tell them, if
Yeah.
you guys recommend them, I'll
yeah,
interview
definitely.
them and play their music. My house is your house. This is the Church of Rock and Roll. This is the Black Lung Show. F, you got some Channel 3 pulled up for me?
Gotcha.
All right, you guys have a great weekend, and check out the Flying Brains when they come to a town near you. They're going to destroy your face. Thanks for everybody. Here we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
last week. I know it's a shame, but I can't even sleep. So cold and I'm being dying. Can't believe you're giving up, you're not even trying. Couldn't say it done and over. It was all about one night. But you're making me feel so cheap. Don't you know that I'm not the kind of guy you make me feel cheap? You say you just won't do it. Well, you say we're just good friends. But you know what happened once, and you know it could happen again. You make me feel tell me you're special enough for that line. Took what you wanted, but you won't give it mine. Down, just in case you give me a hand. Tell me how you more than just a one-night stand. You say you're done and over. It was all about one night. But you're making me feel so cheap. Don't you know that I'm not that kind of guy? You make me feel cheap.